Welcome back to our Reddit World channel. Today we will be looking at: am I the shole for asking my girlfriend to pay for a new prosthesis? I, male 24, had an auto accident over 2 years ago that resulted in a left leg knee amputation. I thought that would have been the end of my active lifestyle. I loved all kinds of sports as a kid and I still do. I had a very hard time adjusting to my new normal. My parents were able to get me a prosthetic leg that allowed me to get back to running and going trips with my friends like we always do every summer. The guys were planning an RV trip on the weekend. We had already chosen a destination which was spending some time out in nature and get away from stress. My girlfriend asked if she could come along. I told her no, this is a guy's trip. Told all my buddies' girlfriends wanted to go but they were firm and put their foot down. She laughed at me for this, then tried to convince me to let her come cause she was feeling stressed out from being at home 24 hours. I already made up my mind. I wasn't going to ruin the trip just because she wants to be on a guy's trip. I promised her a trip when I get back. She got upset and didn't like the idea. Later on, before I went to sleep, I took my prosthesis off as I do every night. This is my second prosthesis. I've already completed a wearing schedule during first year and had to get another prosthesis to accommodate any physical changes I had. I woke up in the morning and I couldn't find my prosthesis. I looked where I put it but it was gone. I asked my girlfriend who was doing heavy cleaning around the place, and she said she didn't see it. I was confused, it was near my bed. I asked her to stop being childish and playing games and give back my prosthesis because I knew she took it. She's a bad liar, couldn't even deny it. She said she wanted to hide it so that I won't go on the trip and leave her alone. I got mad at her for this. I was stunned to find my prosthesis hidden underneath an auto part in the garage. It had been damaged. It was placed in a possession where it had a crack. It was obvious it no longer functions properly. I mean, I could still wear it but can't put my whole weight on it cause it would break. I yelled at her and showed her what she did. She said she didn't mean it. I told her she did mean it because she was being childish and jealous over a trip and now she caused me $7,000 worth damage. I told her she ruined everything, that she owed me a new one and that she needed to pay for a new one. She got mad and left. I basically had to use my old crutches. It felt absolutely horrible. I called the guys and told them I wasn't coming. It's been a few days. She's mad that I'm still asking her to pay for a new prosthesis and called me in for not apologizing and preferring a plastic leg over her. I had to call my parents today to tell them they told me she should at least help pay half the expense of a new prosthesis since she caused damage to it, and then consider my relationship with her. Have I been an shole to her? What do you think? Comment below. Not the shole. She's being extremely controlling and refusing to pay for something she broke is a huge red flag. You've been way nicer to her about this than I would be. She should be begging forgiveness, not accusing you of being an asshole. What the frick? This is not only abusive but so freaking low that I can't even begin to wrap my head around it. This is demented. Not the shole. She needs to pay for it in full and you need to take your parents' advice and really re-examine this relationship. She degraded you, disrespected you, and fricked with a medical device in her attempt to control you. This is so freaking far from okay and the biggest, brightest red flag that I have seen in a long time. Not the shole. At all. It was detestable of her to take your prosthesis from you in the first place. Like, who TF does that? And then placing it carelessly somewhere and damaging it. 1. Please reconsider being in a relationship with a person who would do something like that. 2. If she doesn't pay, I would look into suing her. $7,000 is a lot of money plus the pain and suffering of not having a freaking leg until you can get a new one custom made and paid for. Not the shole. What the absolute frick is wrong with her? She took your leg. She took your freaking leg so you wouldn't leave her for 2 days. Just a single weekend with your buddies. Even when you told her you had one with her alone, but later. In my eyes, what she did is unforgivable. By doing what she did, she damaged your quality of life because you wouldn't give in to her demands. She has to repay for the damage she's done. And I'd encourage you to re-access your relationship with her. Seriously. Hit the like button or I will steal your account.